boys.
Hi guys, for the final time this season we'll start with the broadcast section with no embargo, followed by an embargoed section for 10:30pm tonight. No live tweeting during the broadcast section, use the microphone provided. Paul.
Beautiful words, final time this is music to my ears. Go on, mate.
Ange, congratulations on this week.
Thank you.
After the celebrations witnessed yesterday, will you be able to field the team against Brighton?
No, we'll field the team. Look, as I've got older and I used to be a bit different, but I really feel you need to celebrate your achievements properly, and that was kind of my message to the boys that, it's really important because it's important for them because they've ones that have achieved it and they've done it in a very difficult way. It's important for the people around them because then they can relax and enjoy it as well. And it's important to make the experience as memorable as possible so that, when I ask them to climb the mountain again, there's a reason for it, and fair to say they took my words literally and certainly enjoyed themselves over the last couple of days. And like all parties, there's always one family member that embarrasses you and you want to keep control of. But fair to say we had a couple of those. But again, doesn't make them bad people, and they're probably the first ones you re-invite to the next party. So boys are all good. We'll be good tomorrow.
Any insight into those moments?
No, I sort of stayed right away from it, but I just love seeing the boys. Like I said, it's important the boys celebrate. Look, we've been through a lot, and it's part of sort of how I think you create this kind of winning mentality and bond. Because, like I said, I'm sure when they reflect, they'll obviously reflect on the game and the feelings afterwards. But even the aftermath of that, the last 48 hours and the parade yesterday was just unbelievable. All those things I think are important.
The best TV series usually bring out a trailer. What can Spurs fans expect from season 3?
Not sure. I should have thought about it a bit more because, as somebody rightly pointed out, sometimes they kill off the main character. So I could be in strife there. Look, I said sort of even before the game that I really believe we're just building something, but a significant win accelerates that, and I really believe that's the case. And I'm not going to put a limit on what we can achieve, but I certainly believe that it's exciting the possibilities of next year, knowing I've got a group of players now and staff and a club that knows what it takes to win and wants more of it.
Look, a trophy, Champions League football, fan and player connection looking very strong. What has Daniel Levy said to you about being the main character next season? Can you now confirm you will be the main character next season?
No, look, I haven't had any discussions. Similar to before the game, I haven't had any discussions with the club. Like I said before the game, maybe they were just waiting for sort of clear air to kind of give me some guidance, but I haven't heard anything from the club.
Is there still a chance either scenario happens? Because it now does it not feel almost that would be a hugely brave call?
I haven't given a lot of thought. As I said, I just refuse to be distracted by anything in terms of the opportunity that was before us, and since the game I just wanted to take the opportunity also to enjoy that as well. So haven't thought about it. I assume at some point somebody will tell me something, or if not, I'm just going to roll up next year and it'll be a bit like Costanza from Seinfeld. I'll just sit in the desk and just get on with my job.
Charlie.
Ange, congratulations on the
about
Europa
that.
League win, firstly.
Yeah, thank you.
How would you sum up, from your point of view, how the last couple of days has been? If you could sum it up in one word, what word would you use?
Hard to sort of pin down because you go through all the sort of range of emotions. I think just tremendous pride more than anything else, because it's fair to say we've had a real tough time this year, and I've said it quite a few times, that could have made my position really, really difficult, more difficult than people even may imagine, because I could have felt very sort of isolated. But the fact that this group of players and the staff that I work closely with just stayed true and still believed in me. It just tremendous pride to see that then come to fruition in something so special, you know. And that's why I just love sitting back and watching, you know, the players, the staff, our supporters, all just, you know, rejoicing. Like I said, obviously you take on a great responsibility when you take over, you know, as a manager of any football club. There's a lot resting on your shoulders, and I can tell you every manager, whoever sort of is fortunate enough to win something, he'll tell you the first feeling you have more than anything else is just relief. You know, relief that, you know, all the burden you've carried has been rewarded.
The Europa League win does make up for the form in the league. Have you had a sense from the players going into this final game of the season that they don't want to finish in 17th, because you can still finish above West Ham and Manchester United?
Yeah, look, it's not through the lack of will or trying, but, you know, as I said, it hasn't been easy because, you know, I'm making 7 or 8 changes every game. You know, guys don't have a rhythm. There's no connections, and, you know, we've suffered. But in withstanding that, we should have been better. So look, tomorrow is about, you know, we know the fans are going to come to the ground, you know, continuing to celebrate. We still want to make it a good day for them. We want to perform well. We want to make sure that, you know, we finish the season off strong. And, you know we need to address our league form. I still believe it's where we are is not a true reflection of, you know, who we are as a team. But within that context, we still need to be better, and that's what we'll try and do tomorrow.
And how are the players like in training today? I mean, did you get a sense from them in training today that they are desperate to be on the pitch tomorrow, to be in front of the fans one last time this season?
Some of them had to push a few out there, but I think by the end of training, I think they're all keen to get back out there and perform well. There will be a couple of absences. I should have mentioned that, but Romero, he's been struggling with his toe for quite a while, so we'll leave him out, and probably Sonny as well, because his foot's still not healed. I mean, they both sort of made a massive effort to get to the final. Bissouma got a knock in the game, so he's kind of 50-50 at the moment, but the rest of them, physically anyway, are okay.
Hi Ange, congratulations. The scenes from the victory parade yesterday were incredible. You must feel for Decky missing out on yesterday, given the big role he's played this season.
Yeah, there's always those kind of stories whenever it happens. We'd love Decky to be there because, like you said, he was a big part of our season. Big part of sort of, you know, even what we did in, you know, played such a crucial role for us in Bodo away just to get to the final. So, I would have loved for him to experience that, but what it does do, I know, is, you know, it'll fuel him even more. He'll be even more determined that next time he's going to be there, and that's only going to be a good thing for us.
You've mentioned numerous times this season the bond the players share. What does winning a European title do to that bond? Because now they're linked together forever.
It does. It is significant. They are forever connected now, you know, irrespective of sort of what their futures hold. They're always going to be connected. They'll always have the night in Bilbao. They'll always be the ones that broke the drought, and hopefully there isn't another drought like it, and they'll always be remembered for that. But I think it does bring them closer, which again, further I was saying before, that's how you create a winning culture, because I'm sure they want to experience it again together as a group. You know, they want to have another moment. They want to have another night like Bilbao. They want to lift another trophy. They want to have another parade. They probably want to go out again. All those kind of things. I think it does unite them to an even greater extent.
Yep. It's the last game of Matisse Tell's loan deal tomorrow. Do you want to keep him at the club next season? Yeah,
look, I guess they're the kind of discussions that we start to need to have. But again, without myself gate-crashing meetings, I need to be invited to them. But we'll assess all those things. Look, Matty's done really well for us. We put him in a real difficult position in that, as a young player who hadn't played a lot, probably wasn't fit enough, we just threw him straight in. But he's handled it really well. And I think he's been a really important contributor for us. And he'll definitely play tomorrow at some point, whether he starts or come off the bench, and I'm sure the decisions will kind of look into post-season.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, we'll end the broadcast section there. Move on to the embargoed section for 10:30 p.m. tonight.